Imagine risking everything, your life, your freedom, just to cheat the system. A car crash staged like a Broadway play, fake injuries performed like actors on a stage, and doctors ready to sell their signatures for cash. This wasn't just an accident, it was a $2 million insurance scam. Tonight, we go inside one of the boldest, most dangerous fraud rings ever uncovered, and see how it all came crashing down. Our story begins in an ordinary neighborhood. But behind closed doors, a group of fraudsters were planning a scam that would involve lawyers, doctors, and drivers, each playing their part in a carefully scripted crime. They called it a crash for cash. But it was more than just one wreck. It was a web of lies designed to bleed the system dry. The setup was simple. Stage a dramatic accident, recruit victims, then flood insurance companies with medical bills and legal claims. What made this case different? The scale. If successful, this single-staged accident would generate more than $2 million in payouts. The fraudsters studied every detail. Which intersection would hide them from cameras? Which time of night traffic would be lightest? Even which vehicles would maximize the payout? A luxury car expensive to repair. An SUV full of passengers to multiply the injury claims. Every move calculated. To make it believable, they rehearsed the injuries, neck braces, limping, even the way they would fall at the crash site. This wasn't a spur-of-the-moment scam. It was theater. A performance scripted to the last detail, and then the night arrived. Late evening, two cars lined up at a quiet intersection. On cue, the luxury car slammed into the SUV. Metal crumpled, airbags exploded, and the sound of screeching brakes filled the street. To bystanders, it looked like chaos. To the fraudsters, it was the payday they had been waiting for. Within hours, hospitals began receiving patients. Every passenger reported spinal injuries, whiplash, and trauma. Lawyers filed paperwork. Doctors signed off on scans and treatments. The claims ballooned into millions. On paper, everything looked perfect, but something about the crash didn't sit right. Insurance investigators see thousands of accidents every year. And when they looked at this case, the details didn't match. First, the physics. The SUV's passengers claimed catastrophic spinal damage. But the vehicle's dents told a different story. A crash, yes, but not one violent enough to cause permanent disability. Second, the lawyers. Every passenger had legal representation within hours, all from the same circle of law firms. And third, the medical reports. Copy and paste injuries, nearly identical wording. The same treatments billed over and over. Something wasn't adding up, and investigators were determined to find the truth. The insurance company launched a covert probe. Surveillance teams followed the so-called injured passengers. And what they found was shocking. One man who claimed he couldn't walk without crutches, caught on video carrying groceries, moving freely. A woman who reported chronic back pain, filmed lifting boxes into her car. Everywhere investigators looked, the lies unraveled. Digging deeper, investigators discovered the doctors themselves were complicit, billing insurers for treatments that never happened. This wasn't just a staged crash, it was a fraud network. Drivers, passengers, doctors, and lawyers, all in on the scam. Months of undercover work led to a dramatic takedown. Police raided clinics, seized records, and arrested suspects across the city. Court documents revealed the scale of the conspiracy. Millions in false claims, dozens of participants, years of plotting. And when the trial began, the evidence spoke louder than any testimony. The result? Guilty on nearly every count. Prison time for the ringleaders. Fines for the doctors. Careers destroyed. This case was extreme, but it wasn't unique. Staged crash like this cost the insurance industry billions every year, and those costs don't vanish. They come back to us in higher premiums, stricter policies, and lost trust. Fraud doesn't just cheat the system, it cheats every honest driver on the road. This was the story of the $2 million staged car crash, a scam so bold it nearly succeeded, but it won't be the last. From fake house fires to medical billing schemes, the world of insurance crime is stranger, darker, and more dangerous than you think.